Hello students, Namaste and welcome back once again to the JCE Connect. Okay, so in this session again we'll solve another two types of problems for estimation of flexural strength of pre-stressed concrete beam. So in the previous session also we had solved the problems. We discussed about the problems again to calculate the flexural strength, and we'll check out and we'll see what is the difference between the problem what we discussed in the previous session and this session. Okay, so we'll start with the session. Okay, so I'll read out the statement of the problem. A composite T section is made up of a precast pre-tensioned rib 100 mm and 350 mm deep. Okay, cast in situ slab 400 mm wide by 100 mm thick. The rib is pre-stressed by 8 high tensile wires of 5 mm dia with an effective core of 50 mm. The FCK for rib and slab is 40 Newton per mm square and 20 Newton per mm square respectively. If tensile strength of tendon is 1600 Newton per mm square, estimate the ultimate flexural strength. Okay, so it's a composite T section they are given. Okay, so we have to find out its ultimate flexural strength. Okay, so we'll have the sketch. I have written the sketch here. So they are given a rib size. First of all, they are given the rib size of 100 mm wide by 350 mm deep. Okay, you can see here the rib size of 100 mm wide and 350 mm deep. Then the slab, the cast in situ slab over the rib is it is 400 mm wide and 100 mm thick. So it is, see, you can see the rib is 400 mm wide and 100 mm thick. Okay, and apart from this, the one more important is they are given the FCK for rib and FCK for slab separately, because it is a composite, so the FCK may vary. So for FCK for rib it is given as 40 Newton per mm square, and FCK for slab it is given as 20 Newton per mm square. Okay, and after that the FP is given as 1600 Newton per mm square, and the area of pre-stressing is, they are given 8 wires of 5 mm dia, 8 cables of, means there is a cable, in that cable 8 wires of 5 mm dia are there, so 157 mm square will get area of pre-stress. And one more, the whatever the tendons are provided, those tendons are provided at a distance of with effective core of 50 mm. So this effective core of 50 mm. So that 350 plus 400 is the total depth. Sorry, 350 plus 100. So that is 450 is total depth. So 450 minus 50. So your kept the effective depth D will be 400 mm. So I'll write here. So D is 400 mm. Okay. So we'll start with the solution now. So we'll assume that again because it's a T section. So whether the neutral axis is lying within the flange or outside the flange, that you have to check. Okay, so assuming neutral axis to fall within the depth of cast in situ slab or nothing but flange. It is nothing but flange. Okay, it is nothing but flange. So write flange. It's nothing but flange. Okay. So we'll calculate the reinforcement ratio. So that is, I'll assume that XU is less than DF, less than or equal to DF. So that is nothing but lying within the cast in situ slab or flange, nothing but XU is less than or equal to DF. Okay, so that is the first. Then after that, so after as per the assumptions, okay, as per the assumptions, we need to calculate the reinforcement ratio, that is AP into FP divided by FCK, B and D. AP into FP divided by FCK B into D. Okay, so AP is the area of pre-stress, we have calculated, that is 157. FP is 1600 divided by FCK is, so here it is very important. So we have assumed that it is lying within the flange, so we have to assume FCK for flange only, because they have given separate FCK. So we are assuming that lying within the flange or within the slab, so that's why we have to use FCK for slab only. Okay, so FCK is 20 and B is 400. Okay, B is 400 and the small d is 400. Okay, so we'll get this ratio as 0.08. Okay, so 0.08, understood. So now after that, the reinforcement ratio, you have to go to have the you have to refer again a code, that is 1343/1980, table number 11. So from table 11 of IS 1343/1980, okay, table 11 of IS 1343/1980. So you have to find out the ratio. First of all, you have to check for XU. Okay, so we'll calculate XU by D. So we'll get XU by D as 0.16. okay, so therefore XU is equal to 0.16 times D. Okay, so therefore XU is equal to 0.16 into 400, because D is 400, so that is 64 mm, so which is less than depth of flange. Okay, because it is depth of flange is 100, so our assumption is correct. Hence I can write hence assumption is correct. Okay, so we'll calculate the ultimate moment of resistance. So therefore now ultimate moment of resistance, mu is equal to AP into FPU, okay, to bracket of D minus 0.42 XU. Okay, so here again from referring table number 11, we have to find out the value of FPU. By referring table number 11, you have to find out the value of FPU. So how to get that? So if you refer table number 11, you will get this value like FPU divided by 0.87 FP, okay, which is equal to 1. So therefore FPU is equal to 0.87 times FP, that is 1600 into 1. So this value will get it as 1392 Newton per mm square, and this value you have to substitute back in the formula for the calculation of mu. Okay, so mu is AP is 157 and FPU is 1392 into D is 400 minus 0.42. XU is, we have calculated, is 64 mm. Just now we have calculated XU is 64 mm. Okay, so ultimately we will get the moment of resistance as 83.1 into 10⁶ Newton mm, or it is 83.1 kilonewton meter. So this is ultimate and moment of resistance, or the flexural strength of section. Okay, so it was a composite section made up of different characteristic strength of concrete. Okay, the rib was different and the slab was different. For rib it was given 40 Newton per mm square, and for slab it was given 20 Newton per mm square. So according to that, it is important to understand, okay, whether while calculating the depth of neutral axis. So that time if you make you have to use the proper strength of concrete, that is FCK, value of FCK based on your assumption. Okay, understood. So we will solve the next problem for again to calculate the flexural strength. So it's again next problem. I'll just go through the statement. Okay. So a pre-tensioned pre-stressed concrete beam, a tensioned pre-stressed concrete beam which is bonded of rectangular section 300 mm by 650 mm. Area of pre-stress is given as 800 mm square and the depth, the effective depth is given as 600 mm. The section is also reinforced with two HYSD bars of 20 mm dia on tension side. So apart from the tendons, the pre-stressing tendons of area 800 mm square, that same cross section is provided with two HYSD bars of 25 mm dia on tension side at an effective core of 50 mm. So ultimately again the effective depth will be 600 only, and FCK is equal to 40 Newton per mm square, FP is equal to 1600 Newton per mm square, and Fy for the bars of 25 mm dia, what it is given, that is 415 Newton per mm square. Estimate the ultimate flexural strength of the section. Again you have to determine its ultimate flexural strength. Okay, so we will note down the data here first. So it is given, I will note on the given data. So B is given as 300 mm, the capital D is given as 650 mm, the small d is given as 600 mm. Okay, and the area of pre-stress I will write as AP, I will write AP1, okay, because bars are given again. So 800 mm square. Okay, then FP is given as 1600 Newton per mm square. Okay, and even the FCK is given as 40 Newton per mm square. So by using this we have to find out the moment of resistance. Okay, so again one more, that is the area of steel ASC is given as 2 bars of 25 dia, so pi by 4 into number of bars 2 into 25 square, so we will get this as 156.25 mm square. Okay, this is given as area of steel, that is 156.25 Newton per mm square. Okay. Now the next step is which is again important here, when the reinforcement bars separately is given along with the pre-stressing tendons. So this time if you get like that, so what you have to do, you have to convert that into equivalent area of high tensile steel. Okay, so now the area of reinforcement AS is converted into equivalent area of high tensile steel So for that you have to create the relation, that is force, that is area of pre-stress into Fp is equal to area of steel into Fy. Area of pre-stress into Fp, that is area of steel, area of pre-stress into Fp is equal to area of steel into Fy, because Fy is the this thing. So therefore we will get AP, I can write AP dash, I will make it AP dash. So AP dash is equal to AS is 156.25, Fy is 415 divided by Fp is 1600, so you will get Ap dash is 40.52 mm square. Okay, so therefore total Ap is equal to Ap1 plus Ap dash. Ap1 plus Ap dash. So Ap1 already we have what, that is given in the question, that is 800 mm square. So therefore Ap is equal to therefore Ap is equal to Ap1 is 800 plus Ap dash is we have got 40.52. So therefore total Ap is 840.52 mm square. Okay, 840.52 mm square. So we will find out the ratio, because ultimately after getting the area of pre-stress we have to find out the ratio, that is Ap into Fp divided by FCK BD. Okay, so Ap is 840.52 plus into Fp is 1600 divided by 40, B is 300, the small d is 600. Okay. By this you will get ratio as 0.186. Okay. Again you have to go back to table number 11. So from table 11 of IS 13431980, you have to find out the two ratio, that is FPU by 0.87 Fp, which is equal to 1. So therefore Fpu is equal to 1 into 0.87 into 1600. So this will get as 1392 Newton per mm square. Okay. Then XU by D also you have to find out. So XU by D is 0.39. So these two values you will get it from table number 11. I will repeat once again. So therefore XU is equal to 0.39 times D is 600. So we will get value as 234 mm. Okay, 234 mm. So therefore now ultimately, therefore the ultimate flexural strength, is given by Mu is equal to Ap into Fpu into D minus 0.42 XU. Okay, so Ap is, the area of pressure is 840.52 to Fp is 1392 to D is 600 minus 0.42 and XV is 234. Okay, so we will get the answer as 587 into 10⁶ Newton mm, or it is 587, I'll write mu, kilonewton meter. So this is the final answer. Okay, so these are the different types of problems in flexural strength of beam. So you have to go through all types of problems. I think this will be the last session for design of the estimation of flexural strength of beam. So I'll share the PDF of solution. So you have to go through and you have to solve the problems whichever uploaded or shared in the group, and if you get any queries you can get back to me. Okay, then so in the next session I think maybe we are going to start with the next chapter or the next model, so we'll come to know. Okay, and it's a request you go through the solutions of the problems and try to solve the problems in the whatever the problem solved in the session, you try to solve in your homework, okay, as a homework. Okay, thank you.